Hey guys, welcome to the unscripted, uncut, and on the fly second edition of the AW podcast. This is the DL version, the apostrophe DL apostrophe version. And here, just like before, we're going to talk about a couple of subjects, a couple of topics real quickly before I clock in from lunch to kind of get people talking and kind of see if more interest will come for this podcast. Again, basically, this is a podcast that's going to be here on my main YouTube channel. It will migrate several of the episodes over to my discussions channel. If that's still around, it should be. As well as sooner or later, I will try to get these onto other platforms like Vimeo maybe, and maybe some other podcast locations that are similar to YouTube. But with that said, let's talk about a couple of subjects that have happened in the past 24 hours. The first one we're going to talk about is CM Punk. Yes, CM Punk is back. I've done a video on that. I have yet to upload it. It will be uploaded during my work hours. While I'm working, it will be uploaded, and I will title and edit it. I will give it a title and edit it later. During a break or as I'm going home from work. Second topic is hashtag CoppA, COPPA, this new act put out by basically the New York Attorney Generals and the FTC and YouTube. And basically what it's about, how will it affect YouTube in the long run. And then third, but not least, we're going to talk about the Scoob trailer that dropped a couple of days ago. I didn't get a chance to talk about it, but I will here. So stay tuned, guys. We're going to try to get through these as quickly as I can before I head back to work. Okay, let's talk about the first subject and topic on the table here real quickly. The return of CM Punk to WWE, kind of and sort of. Basically, long story short, Renee Young last night at the end of Backstage on Fox Sports 1, FS1, basically gave everybody, including her co-host and guest co-host, NXT champion Adam Cole, and like I said, guest host Samoa Joe, along with regular host Booker T and Paige, they gave them a huge surprise, as well as the whole wrestling world, when she basically revealed someone that, according to several reports that have come out, is periodically going to appear on Backstage. Basically, that means on occasions, every so often. So basically, it's like an every other week or every few weeks kind of deal. And that, of course, is CM Punk. And a lot of people, of course, are happy about this. A lot of folks are hoping this is going to lead to something more. But the reports are that it's actually Fox that was able to lure CM Punk back over to the WWE to be part of this. Because in case anybody doesn't know, or they do know, Backstage is basically very unscripted. It's more sports authentic. It's got a sports authentic feel to it. And like I said, it's very, very kind of scripted in a sense, unfiltered at times, or at least that's what they're trying to make it feel like. Even Jerry, known as JD from NY206, has even commented on the fact that this is basically a Fox show with the WWE name on it. Yes, it's associated with WWE, but it's mainly a Fox-controlled show, which means basically, unlike WWE unlike it being a WWE show, I should say, pretty much anybody can say anything they want. They could be unscripted, unfiltered, you name it. So I'm guessing, telling CM Punk that he'll be able to be Mr. Pipe Bomb, be uncut and all that in this kind of environment is what lured him in. Now, of course, like I said, a lot of people are hoping this is the beginning stages of maybe healing all wounds, maybe patching things up between both the WWE and CM Punk to perhaps down the line we might see him return to the ring. Maybe we'll get a surprise appearance at the Royal Rumble or surprise entry appearance. You know, maybe he'll make a special appearance in Chicago for Survivor Series. We don't know. All we know is that all we know is right now CM Punk is sort of / kind of back with WWE in some capacity, thanks to Fox / FS1, Fox Sports 1. And it's going to be interesting to see what he has to say. It's ironic that he'll be returning on basically the Backstage Go Home show to Survivor Series next week. So hopefully we'll get maybe his thoughts perhaps on, you know, why he feels NXT is now being included in this power for brand supremacy with this invasion angle. And, you know, maybe he'll kind of give thoughts on how he feels NXT should be booked and presented at Survivor Series. And maybe perhaps if, you know, maybe Triple H, or as he may call him, Paul Levesque, should try to get Vince or convince Vince to bring War Games into Survivor Series, just like he was able to for War Games. I mean, not War Games, but for NXT. We'll have to wait and see, but can't wait to see what CM Punk has to say next week. Again, it's a periodical appearance deal, so that means it's going to be every now and then, every once in a while. I would guess about a few weeks. So it's great that he's it's great in my opinion that he is back somewhat in some capacity with WWE, but it's mostly thanks to Fox Sports and FS1. So have to wait and see what he brings to the table. Again, I did do a video on it, and I will upload it during my work hours while I'm working, and probably edit it later on, either during my last break or as I'm getting ready to go, or as I'm heading home from work. So yeah, CM Punk is back. It's gotten people talking, and we'll just see where it goes from there. All right, next thing on the list is hashtag COPPA or COPPA, CoppA. This is a new act that has been brought into law thanks to the FTC, the New York City Attorney Generals, and the U.S. government, if you will. Basically, it's something that YouTube has agreed to do due to the fact that, of course, there's been certain situations in the past, recently, even this year mostly, and over the past couple of years, that's not really put uploading video sites like YouTube in a positive light. So basically now the FTC has decided to kind of crack down on that, and they've kind of targeted YouTube, because YouTube is the biggest out of all these video uploading platforms, to try to get the message across. Now, before anybody kind of complains or is saying this is wrong, this is dumb, let me kind of tell you what I read, because they did send emails to each and every creator, non-monetizing and monetizing creator out there. And it basically states that all of us, and I've already done this, but all of us out there should have already seen a message telling us to go to the new YouTube Studio the new YouTube Studio page, basically the new revamped version of YouTube for content creation, you know, your channels, your analytics, your uploading and all that. And on there, you're supposed to read the terms and conditions again, but as well as at the end, they give you a 3-choice deal. The 3 choices go like this. The top choice, the first choice, is acknowledging that your channel is, yes, made for children. The second choice is saying, no, my channel is not made for children. And the third one is an option basically where you choose to basically, for every video you upload, and maybe even for every video you've previously uploaded, and like I said, any video you plan to upload in the future, the third option has you acknowledge that you will put the settings in by saying, while you're uploading your video, editing it, putting the title and all that, you're acknowledging that it's either A, made for children, or it's not made for children. So, yeah, basically, you fall into that category. So, basically, if you choose that third option, then every video you've uploaded, possibly, and every future video you upload is going to have that added addition, that added scenario, that option or check off, if you will, or checkpoint, where you say whether or not the video you're uploading is for children or it's not. But again, the other two options, they make it really simple. If you want to go the channel route, which I did, because those were the first two options, are known as the channel options, then you're basically clicking either the first one, which is A or 1, basically saying, hey, yes, it is made for children, or the second one stating, no, it's not made for children. I went with the second one because my channel is not made for children. It's got PMVs and animated music videos and stuff like that, but it's not. But I never specifically said it was made for children, and I think that goes the same for people like Andre Meadows, Frank Hill, Patrick Butler, Doug Walker, James Rolfe, Linkara, you name it. The same goes for them. And I'm sure a lot of the bronies and Pegasisters out there like Dr. Wolf, Aliora, Josh Scorcher, aka Firebrand, and many others, their channels are not made for children. So, with that said, basically that's what CoppA is. Now, if you read a little bit more into it, YouTube does say that if you don't comply or if something comes up, they will kind of respond. They will respond by changing they will basically change the setting for what your video is targeted towards, whether it's targeted towards kids or not. So basically my suggestion is to go with the channel options, and I'm sure a lot of people have done that so they can avoid this. Again, I understand, heck, YouTube even says in the letter they understand that people are not fans of this and it's going to take time to get used to, but it's being done to prevent things like this from happening. Another reason YouTube is doing it as well is not just because of all the controversy that they've been dealt with over the past couple of years due to certain situations, but it's also the fact that basically a lot of people, mostly adolescents, teenagers, who knows, but a lot of people that want to be trolls and cyberbullies would create a channel, not upload any videos to it, and just create it so they can comment and troll other people on the videos. Like they can comment and troll an Angry Joe or a Linkara or someone like myself just because they want to. So that's the other reason this is being done, to kind of clean that up and make sure that people have a YouTube that, even though they may not like some of the changes occurring, is a YouTube that's free of this kind of crap. So a lot of us may not like the direction they're going. Some of us may look at it as the YouTube apocalypse drawing nearer and closer than ever. But I think we need to give it time and see what happens. And you know what? Maybe YouTube, Dailymotion, Vimeo, and all of them that are going and following the same suit, going in the same direction, maybe they might change things up again. Maybe they might decide, you know what? We don't really need to do this. And we just need to trust our creators, our users, and all that to do the right thing. So we'll just have to put it in God's hands and see what happens in the future. But it's really not that big of a deal when you think about it. Yes, it does seem weird that you're going to see the information stating you need to do this and all that when you've already done it. How do I know? I've clicked on it. I clicked on that same thing and it's already shown, and it just goes to my analytics page, basically showing that I did comply. So again, it's not that big of a deal, especially if you go the channel route. All right, the third and final thing I want to talk about is Scoob. The new trailer, the first teaser trailer, dropped this past Monday. Didn't get a chance to talk about it. I did talk about the images that were leaked. It did talk about the people involved, character vocal-wise, and all that. So, like I said, I did talk about, I did do a video on the images that were leaked and talked about the people that are cast as certain characters. The trailer, though, however, I will put it like this: I like what I saw. It definitely feels like it's part origin story, as well as it's part, expansion of what will be the Hanna-Barbera universe. And I have to say, I like what we're getting here. I really do. Like I said, I have to say, I like what we're getting here. I like the CG. I like the animation. I like how the CGI is done. I like how there are references, not as angry, but as Andrew Meadows put it. I like the references to previous Scooby-Doo stuff, as well as other Hanna-Barbera properties, as well as some of the creators over the past 50-something years of Scooby. So I like what they're giving us. I mean, I like the fact that they're including things from the Hanna-Barbera universe, like People's Pet Shop. They're making Dick Dastardly one of the main villains in the film, and the fact that we're going to get sort of what I would consider like a Mystery Incorporated like vibe with the possible debut or the possible arrival of a ghost dog in Sybaris, if you will. So that's going to be pretty cool. Overall, though, like I said, the trailer really, even though for what it was, definitely gave us an idea of what we're in store for. They didn't show us everything because I think they're saving that for later on. I would say probably during the Super Bowl. They're going to kind of give us that next trailer to kind of give us an idea of who else is in there. So I like what we get. I like the personalities. I like the fact that when you look at Fred Jones and you look at Velma and you look at Daphne, yes, you know what celebrities are voicing them, but it's like you don't see those celebrities, even despite the fact that, as I've mentioned, Fred's face is a hybrid of the Fred Jones we grew up with in the franchise, as well as a hybrid of Zac Efron's face. I like the fact that you don't see that. I like the fact that you don't see that here. I like the fact that you don't see it that much here. Even though you do see it if you watch the movie carefully, you don't really see it as much. So I like that. I like what we got there, and I'm still going with the idea because I can almost feel it could happen. Now, again, I'm not insinuating it will, but I almost have this feeling that if they're going to throw us a romance angle or something, that they're going to go the Daphne Shaggy route and the Velma Fred route. I don't know why. I really don't know why. I mean, why in the world, when they're kids, would you have Shaggy and Scooby? I mean, it's not a first, but why would you have them immediately when they get scared, jump right into Daphne's arms? You could have had them go to the side and jump into Fred's arm or Velma's arms. But they had them jump into Daphne's. So, again, I'm not insinuating it's going to happen, but you never know. Again, with this being an origin, kind of a reboot, and being like the Iron Man, as people put it, for Hanna-Barbera cinematic universe, the Iron Man movie for the cinematic universe, it's going to be really interesting. It's going to be really interesting what they bring to the table, and how it basically lays that foundation down for future movies. But anyway, guys, I like what I saw, and that's about it. I can't wait. So that's about it, guys. Thank you all for listening to this second edition of the AW podcast, the now DL version, during lunch version. And let me know what you guys think of some of the things I had to say and talk about. And I will talk to you all later. Thank you all for tuning in. Comment in the comment section below, as well as in the live chat during the premiere. What are your thoughts on some of the things I just talked about here? Some of the topics. And again, I will talk to you all later. God bless. Take care. I got to get back into work.